Hey guys, welcome back to Nintendo Gaming. So you guys are aware, I have a little bit of like a cough or a cold or whatever. So just be aware that there might be a little bit of coughing in the video, but besides that, let's go ahead and get into the video. So let's talk about, honestly, the future of Mario and Nintendo. First, let's talk about the future of Mario. Honestly, the games for Nintendo Switch 2 look amazing. The only problem that I would ever have with it, well, actually, there might be two problems. But we'll get into the second part in a minute. But the first one would definitely be the prices. So some of them I'm okay with because, like, a lot of the. It's sort of like when you look at PlayStation. PlayStation 1 was 100, 2 was 200, 3 was 300, 4 was 400, and 5 is 500. So I think what they did with the Switch was $60, but I think with all the games, that what they should have done with all the games on Switch 2 is $70, then 80 on Switch 3 or whatever they make next. But not with like price varying, because some of them I'm like, okay, yeah, 70, that's perfect price. But other ones I'm just like, why? Ugh, I cannot keep up with this, but it's still worth it, so I can still make content for you guys and for me because I enjoy it. Honestly, I do. I really enjoy making content and all that. But besides that, and the second thing I have a problem with, but only kind of a problem. For me in general, a lot of the times when I'm playing my games, it's typically that I am usually only playing them on my Switch. I don't really lend them out to friends. I don't let other people play them for the most part. Unless if I'm like letting my close friends use them, that's different. But typically, really the only difference is I wouldn't be able to let my close friends use them. Or really close family friends, Not like friends I've known for a long time, but like people who are related to me, but I consider like best friends. And honestly, that's really my only problem with it, but other than that, with the key cards, it's not that big of a deal for me because mostly if I ever use my games, it's only I'm playing on my Switch and my Switch only. So it's really no different if I'm just putting in one of my Switch game cards and just playing it on my Switch, so. And if I had a problem with anything else with the Switch 2, I'm okay with the Switch 2 base console price. I mean, we were already expecting either 400 or 450 for the console itself. And obviously it's going to be like it was going to be $50 or $80 more for the bundle, but I feel like it would have been $80 more if it were like a physical game inside of it or inside the box with the console. But it's 50 because it's just a digital code, which I hate, honestly, because I hate how, I don't know when it started. It might have been the Switch, but it also might have been the Wii U too. I think it is. It's started with the Wii U. Yeah, Wii U. Or some, I don't know for sure, but it was most likely the Switch. They started, instead of putting physical copy games in there with the bundles, they put digital codes. Like, a lot of people don't even really want digital codes. They want physical games because they're collectors. They're not digital game collectors. What's the point in that? But another thing I'd like to say is what worries me a little bit is they say that only certain Switch games you can play on Switch 2. My guess is probably they're like big games you can play on there, like all their Mario games, all their Kirby Smash game, the Smash game they have on there, the Metroid, Pikmin. I don't know a lot of other Nintendo ones. Oh yeah, Legend of Zelda. I don't know a lot of Nintendo other Nintendo franchises. I really only play Mario for the most part. Sometimes I'll play Kirby, sometimes I'll play Legend of Zelda. It just depends on what I feel like playing, or you know what I mean. And then, because that would suck too, because I have some third-party games. I have a lot of Sonic games on the Switch. I may have, like, one or two, like, literally just straight-up third-party, like, cheap third-party games. Just trying to think. But let's also talk about what I find strange too. Is what I want to talk about is the pre-orders. Oh God, sadly, I know I said I was gonna pre-order it, guys, and I was, but what I saw later in the day or the day after the pre-orders is right when it hit 12 a.m. It sold out because there were millions to billions of people on retail store websites just trying to pre-order one. And it's probably a lot of the people were probably streamers, you know. Maybe like at least 1,000, 15, 1,000, 1,500, maybe even 2,000. It was probably like regular people, you know, like just wanting one to see how it is or what it is, or, you know. But we also have... I'm trying to think of what else. What is insane? Also, another thing I haven't talked about is probably the fact that they're charging $10 just for the tiniest little tech demo, which is probably gonna be like 10 hours, or I don't know why I said 10 hours, maybe like, I don't know, 30 minutes, so they're probably charging you like the smallest amount of money per minute or something. It's insane. Maybe an hour and a half at most, so at least, or no, like an hour and 40 minutes, but they're at least charging you an hour per minute. Or $1 per 10 minutes. So it's insane. I'm sorry. I'm so tired today, but it's crazy. What they've done with this console is insane. Like, the only reason I would buy it is to play more Mario. I love Mario. But if I didn't love Mario, which I can't imagine not loving because it's amazing, I would probably choose the PlayStation over the Switch too, because basically if the Switch... Just imagine there was no such thing as Mario. Imagine Nintendo was just some random company constantly copying off PlayStation or something like that. And the Switch 2 was basically... They're trying to make more money than PlayStation, which they are. That's what they're doing right now. So they decide to, I don't know, charge money for tech demos, charge money for the smallest upgrades. Like, they're not gonna be that big of upgrades, guys, for, like, these Switch games. It'll probably be, like... It may be in 4K, but the Switch is already... When you have it in docked mode on the Switch 1, put that in there, it's literally 1080p, which is the resolution of the handheld. At least that's what I kind of remember, is the resolution of the handheld when you're playing Switch 2. So, like, it's no different if you're just playing the handheld Switch 2. And another thing I've seen that is practically them just copying off PlayStation is when they decide to do exclusives to the Switch 2 console, but then have some Switch 2 games that can play on Switch 1. I'm like, at that point, either just don't do exclusives and have all of them only play on Switch 2, or just do it a cross-gen console, because that would be amazing. No one's ever done that before, as far as I know. No one has ever done a cross-gen console. Not even Nintendo. At that point, that would be amazing. It'd just be awesome. But that's it for today, guys. Peace, and see you guys in the next one.